Hello friends, welcome to Massive Open online course on state and local governance, machinery and process. In continuation to our earlier talk on the theme of district collector, we discussed and deliberated on the evolution of this office in Indian context. Now let's take up the second aspect of this theme, that is functions of the district collector. Again, as you know, that we have to take it in a very brief manner because we have very limited time for interacting and presentations. But at the outset, I would like to advise you that you go to the chapter on the district administration in the report on state and district administration by the Second Administrative Reform Commission or the Moily Commission. In that report, it has been stated it is very difficult and to some extent impossible to list and narrate all the functions of the district collector. But for the sake of discussion and deliberation, let's take up some of the important functions performed by the district collector in the district. First of all, and very important one, the district collector is responsible for the maintenance of law and order in the district. It is a conventional and one of the most pivotal function of a deputy commissioner to coordinate with the local police to manage and maintain law and order function. Also, there exists a delicate relationship between the chief police officer, better we call him as the superintendent of police, and the civil administration, as there is an intended divisions between the force and authority. So this is the first function and a very important one. Many times what happened, there is a conflict, a silent conflict is taking place between the police officer and the deputy commissioner. There is one controversy known as generalist specialist controversy. This kind of arrangement at the district level is also creating or contributing to that controversy. The second important function, and again a traditional function, that started since the realization of the state and its role for the society, that is the revenue collection. The word collector in the name of the chief administrator or the deputy commissioner clearly defines his role in the context of this power. It is not only collection of revenue, but looking after all other socio-economic interests of the people that the collector is entitled to. It is very important to mention here that it is not the authority of the district collector with which he is working in the district administration which is important one. Rather, it is equally important that he is utilizing that authority with a sense of personal touch, having imprint on every work undertaken by him in the district and in the public interest for the well-being of the people living in that particular district. The third important function which is performed by the district collector or the deputy commissioner, we can call it as an executive function. As the chief executive officer of the district, primary executive functions are in the context of the execution of the government policies. To initiate the development of the people, the government undertake or the government formulate policies and programs from time to time, and those are implemented in the best interest of the people by the officers working at the district level under the general supervision of the district collector or the deputy commissioner and specific supervision of the sectoral officer or the departmental officers appointed at the district level. The other executive function, namely the transfer of the subordinate officer, dealing with pension cases of the office staff, submitting the budgetary estimates to the concerned authority, to countersign the government bills, to train the junior officer in the administrative procedures, to compile and submit the annual administrative reports, etc., are a few to highlight here. There are many kinds of the executive functions which are performed, and it is very, very difficult, as stated earlier, to list all those functions. But mainly we can say that the functions relating to the policy implementation and the personal functions and the financial functions, particularly for those departments which are directly under the district collector or the deputy commissioner, and consolidating the financial budget of the different departments at the district level and to coordinate their activities at the district level in performing and in performing executive function and in implementing the public policy is mainly concerned to the deputy commissioner or the district collector. So these are the executive functions which are performed by the incumbent holding the office of the district officer or the district collector or the deputy commissioner. Fourth, there are certain technical functions. The technical functions performed by the district collectors are especially with regard to various departments under his supervision. Now the various department chiefs are independent, yet the district collector has the discretion to visit any department at any time. Furthermore, the confidential reports of all departments are written by him. Indeed, his opinion matters a lot. Not written by him, rather he countersigns those reports. Those and confidential reports are head of the district level department are written by the district officer. This aspect has created several problems in the past. The reason being that since he is not the departmental head, that's why whether he should be given this kind of authority or should not be given this kind of authority, that has been debated in the past. Thereby, in totality, we can say that the departments are given independent charge under the authority of the minister, but they perform the work at the district level under the general supervision of the district officer. So all the technical functions, technical here does not mean the functions which are relating to the engineering kind of work. Technical here means the functions which are based on certain specialized kind of the knowledge. Maybe it is relating to accounts, maybe relating to the provision of e-services at the district level, maybe it is relating to the economic planning, whatever it is called. So those may be termed as, in the language of public administration, as the technical functions. Then there are other functions also, that is the judicial functions. As we talked in the last deliberation on the theme of the district collector, that district collector was possessing certain judicial powers. But those judicial powers during the British days, those were different from the present one. No doubt it is inherited from that system itself. In other words, we can say that the judicial powers which made this officer as a despotic one, those have been withdrawn after independence, but certain judicial powers which were given to this office by statutory provisions, those are still exercised by the district collector or by the district magistrates, and that's why he is also termed as the district magistrate because of this magisterial power. Now the district judge has been placed on the same plane to that of the district collector. Yet this relationship deserves a special mention, as it is clearly mentioned, whosoever comes later shall call upon the other, means who is superior and who is not superior. But in this regard, it is correct that the district collector, who has the first place in the district, but he is not controlling the district judge or the district magistrate. District magistrate neither directs nor controls the police, but expect the latter to follow the dictate of the district magistrate. In simple words, I would like to clarify you. The police is under the control of the district officer through the superintendent of police. The district magistrate, who has to occupy the position, that does not control the police. Rather, it is the district officer and the superintendent of police that controls the police. But it does not mean that the police will not obey the orders issued by the district magistrate. That is an important one. Reason being that whatever is decided in the interest of the maintenance of the law and order by the district magistrate, that has to be followed by the police. After discussing the judicial functions, let's take up the developmental functions of the district officer. The changing dynamics of the government work from that of the provider to the facilitator of services have brought about the advent of the concept of welfare state. This conceptuality has drastically changed the connotations of the work of the district collector as today. Mostly all of the work of the incumbent office revolves around the implication of the socio-economic development of the community. Therefore, young and dynamic incumbents imbued with the energy and enthusiasm are considered as tool of change, and they have been posted in the district to undertake the development work taking place either by the government itself or by the agency engaged by the government to undertake that work. As all of you know, that the democratic decentralization is a trend now in the country. Therefore, it becomes very much pertinent to understand the role of the district collector vis-a-vis the decentralization policy of the government. The inceptions of the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1992 has brought a paradigm shift in the work sphere of the office of the district collector, as the former has changed the dimensions of work and performance. The office of the district administration acts as a link between the Panchayat Raj administrators and the state, whilst exercising the general and financial control over various authorities under his jurisdiction. Besides this, a new kind of the relationship forged over time that pervades the whole of district administration and also subsumes new models of communication and lines of controls and guidance, and at the same time involve new concepts of accountability and transparency. Due to rapid changes, these relationships and administrative linkages cannot be depicted by the organizational chart of the district administration. Nowadays, the district officer has been called upon more often than earlier to explain, convince, cajole, and persuade people. That matters especially the people's elected representatives, and seek their active cooperations and participation in the execution of various programs beamed at people concerning their welfare and development. There are certain miscellaneous functions also which have been assigned to this office. As for example, he acts as the returning officer and supervises the elections to the parliamentary and Vidhan Sabha constituency. As a district census officer, he is also responsible for the smooth conduction of census. As a revenue collector, he not only collects revenue but also ensures that the district does not run shortage of supplies. He also chairs the Soldiers Defence Fund Office, Public Grievance Committee, etc. As a natural leader, he also overviews or supervises various disasters expected to hit the districts. In a nutshell, it is not just the incumbent of the office or the area of jurisdiction under the supervision of the administrator, but an amalgamation of personal traits, leadership skills, resources at his disposal, coupled by the coordination and cooperation between various agencies that bring about a difference in the lives of the people through the tool of community development. Therefore, as stated earlier in the beginning of the talk, that it is very difficult to enumerate and list the functions which are to be performed or expected to be performed by the district officer or the deputy commissioner or the district collector. There are a lot of works. Any kind of emergency or any kind of situation, it is the responsibility of the district officer to face that, to solve that in the interest of the people. That's all for the present lecture. I would like to thank all of you to participate in this course. Again, thank you very much. In continuation to these two talks, we will take up another talk on this theme, that is the role of the district collector, in the next talk. So again, thanking you, wish you a very, very happy learning.